Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so this video is about my reaction to the video that woke me up. It was a video that I've watched, I think, 1,000 times before, but I haven't watched it, I think, for about 3 years maybe. It's a really nice video. It's a video I look forward to checking out with you guys. And it's a video that's by Osho. You can see it here. And the video is just audio basically, but I'll stop it and comment what happened to me is that there is a moment in this video when he says life has no goals, no purpose. That's also the title of the video. And he says life is the purpose, right? And that changed so much for me. But let's dive into the video and then I can comment as we go.
The first question. You have said that there are no goals in life, no purpose, and yet we are all here with enlightenment as our goal. Please speak on this.
So this is already really interesting. So his followers are saying, I'm here with enlightenment as a goal, and you're saying basically let go of enlightenment, right? So this is one of many paradoxes on the path. So it's really cool because it's a really important paradox to understand that enlightenment is what you already are, you could say. But in order to see that, we need to actually let go of any practice or idea that we want to go somewhere. And with that, we actually get there. So it's a big, it's a huge paradox.
If you are here with enlightenment as your goal, you cannot be here. Physically, you may appear to be here, but you cannot be with me.
So basically, saying any goal creates a perception filter for us in which we don't really see reality clearly anymore.
The goal is in the future. I am here. And a mind which is goal-oriented is bound to be in the future. We will never meet. I know you are here to attain something. That's why you are missing it. I am here to persuade you to drop the very idea of attaining anything whatsoever. Enlightenment, moksha, nirvana, God included. If you drop this goal-oriented mind, and there is none other than goal-oriented mind, there is no other mind. If you drop it, you are enlightened.
Okay, so his definition of enlightenment here is a little bit different than how I would define it, but he's saying enlightenment is your natural state, and you're creating a filter over your natural state by wanting it to be a certain way, by creating an idea in the mind that is actually filtering, or you could say overlapping reality with this idea. For example, if I said that I think, let's say I think I need to be have €1,000,000 or whatever, then I can judge myself now. I can have all these to-dos to get there. Then I create this whole mental game in which right now is not good enough already. And I have a hard time being present because part of my mind is with attaining that €1,000,000. So that's the perception filter, which is then laid over reality. And enlightenment here, his definition here, is pure reality, you could say, without a filter, which I would agree to.
Enlightenment is not a search, it is a realization. It is not a goal, it is the very nature of life itself. As life is, it is enlightened. It needs nothing to be added, to be improved. Life is perfect. It is not moving from imperfection to perfection. It is moving from perfection to perfection.
Okay, this is really, really nice. Loving this already. And it's this feminine aspect, right? And the feminine aspect is it's already here, which is totally true, right? You have two ways to, you could say, reach or get to enlightenment. And one is the letting go part, and the other one is the discipline part, you could say. Discipline is stay with presence, and the letting go is let go of everything that's hindering presence. So enlightenment is getting to your natural state. So whether it's about enlightenment or not, I think having a pure heart, you could say, or being present in another way, and not trying to shape life or manipulate life towards what you want, right? That's also what he's pointing to. Anthony de Mello has this beautiful quote where he says, enlightenment is cooperation with the inevitable, right? It's cooperation with life, you could say. And that's what Osho is pointing to here as well.
You are here to attain something that is functioning as a barrier. Drop that barrier. Just be here. Forget about any purpose. Life cannot have any purpose. Life is the purpose. How it can have any other purpose? Otherwise you will be in an infinite regress. Then that purpose will have another purpose. Then that another purpose will have another purpose.
Okay, here's where I woke up, right? And I had this experience for the first time that I was not the body, I was not the mind, but I was just watching everything unfold. I had this distance, this observer almost effect, where I saw the body do things, etc. And I got into this very beautiful state. And it had to do with me being so disciplined before and so much focused on trying to optimize life that I was actually missing life, you could say, by always being in this meta perceptual filter judging life. You're not actually present. You're not actually in life. And that's what he's pointing to here as well. By life is the purpose, right? Life has no goals, no purpose. Life is the purpose.
Life has no purpose. And that's why it is so beautiful. Hindus have called it Leela, a play. It is not even a game. Now in the West, the word game has become very, very important. Hundreds of books have been published within 2-3 years with the title Game, the Master Game, the Ultimate Game, the Game People Play, and so on and so forth. But there is a difference between game and play. Hindus have called it play, not game, because even a game has something as a purpose, a result to be attained.
So he's saying a little bit the same as some of the philosophers of the past have said, that life has no goals, no meaning, that life has no meaning, but we give it meaning, you could say. And when you get to this higher stage, it's actually not necessary to give it meaning because it by itself is good enough. And that's what we can start to realize, that life by itself is already perfect, you could say. Is already just an experience, just a beautiful ride. And we don't have to change it to enjoy its perfection, and the character doesn't have to have the best experience to be able to enjoy itself. So yeah, love what he's saying, and meaning and purpose are just thought constructs anyway.
Victory to be achieved. The opponent has to be conquered. Then a play becomes a game.
So yeah, with the play you have no outcome, sense of outcome, right? And with the game you need to win, and there's good and bad, there's judgment in losing.
Then it becomes serious.
And you can't lose in life, right?
Grown-ups play games. Children only play. Just the very activity is enough unto itself. It has an intrinsic end. There is no goal added to it. Life is a Leela. It is a play. And the moment you are ready to play, you are enlightened.
Yeah, so basically, the moment you let go of your sense of outcome or sense of discipline, you're already in this presence. And in this presence, all healing can happen. In this presence, thoughts are no longer relevant for us. There's no need for anything because we're present. And only the mind can take us away from what's happening. Just a thought, basically. The thought, I need to do this, or I need to get to this goal. That's the thing that's in the way, we could say.
Try to understand from some other dimension. You are already that which you are trying to be. The more you try, the more you will miss. You leave all efforts. You simply accept yourself. You just be that. Suddenly it is there.
You basically accept yourself as presence, right? You let go of your goals, but also your need for outcomes or for to be right or wrong or to get something, right? Then you start to appreciate this which already is that beautiful presence.
It has always been there, but you were seeking so seriously. That was the only cause of missing it. You are here to attain something, enlightenment, samadhi, satori, or something. To me, all those words are nonsense. Because they again give you a new line of desiring.
Yeah, so he's saying basically let go of enlightenment itself, right? Because enlightenment itself is also an idea, a spiritual idea, right? That can still create the same effect with you not being present, because it can still be a sort of perception filter, a sort of goal to reach to or to need something else than this, which is already here.
They again open a door of desire. In the world you desire money, power, prestige. Then you get fed up with it. Then you see the whole thing is just rubbish. Even if you get, you are defeated. If you don't get, you are defeated. Then you come to feel that this whole thing is nonsense. Now suddenly you start playing new games. Enlightenment, meditation, yoga, God, the other world, the other source.
So basically, when you see that materially achievement wouldn't make you happy, you look for spiritual achievement.
Again, the mind is at ease. A new world of desires has opened. Now you will be after these goals. And money is not so elusive as meditation. This world at least is solid. That soul, that world, the other world is absolutely fantasy. Now
As in, it's exactly what the mind makes it out to be, right?
you are in a deeper ditch than before. With the first, you could realize that it is useless. With the second, now it will take millions of lives to realize that this too is useless. When one person comes to discover that all goals are useless, with no exception, all goals are useless, then there is nothing to do. One just has to be. One relaxes. And one will.
So we can finally relax when we let go of all goals, right? All spiritual goals, but also all material goals for ourselves or ideas on how we need to be or shoulds and should nots. So these are all mental constructs. And if we let go of those mental constructs, then we also let go of the person that needed to achieve, right? And letting go of that person that needs to achieve, that leads, which is also a thought construct, because that's the duality then. I'm here and I need to get to there, right? That's the duality which you create in your mind because you're saying both I'm here and I need to be there. So both are an illusion and both are creating suffering.
Relaxes so totally because there is nothing to do, there is no tension. Suddenly your boundaries melt as snow melting in the morning sun. With nothing to do, you disappear. The ego disappears. With nothing to do, nothing to be, nothing to achieve, who you will be, the whole identity evaporates. This is enlightenment.
Yeah, so enlightenment is not per se presence, even though presence is amazing, but through presence and through letting go of all these thought constructs, our identity lets go, right? And our identity, if that lets go, that's enlightenment.
Then you start a totally different way of life.
Because you're merged with life then. Because if there's no identity, there's no separation.
Start being playful. You start being alive moment to moment. Nowhere to go. Whatsoever the life gives, you accept it with deep gratitude. Grace happens to you. This is what I'll call to become a god. The moment you start playing, living in the moment, you have become a god. I am here to persuade you that you are already gods. You may be here to become gods. That's your trip. I'm not concerned with it. I know what I am here for. Just to persuade you to look at your own face once again. To search within and not to go without searching for something which doesn't exist. Life is a purposeless play. Play of infinite forces. Beautiful if you don't have an achiever's mind. Ugly if you have ambition to become something, to be something, to do something.
Again, because then you filter reality, right? It's no longer just a play, but it becomes a game. It becomes something where you can win and lose. Duality is created, you could say.
Relax. Drop the future completely. Only this moment exists. And this moment is eternity. And only this life is all that is there. Don't think of the other soul. Just the other day I was telling the Chinese.
So basically, he's saying here that we shouldn't be thinking so much about things when we're in presence, you could say, when we're meditating, etc. A lot of stuff wants to come up to actually free itself. A lot of energy, you could say, a lot of emotion, a lot of thoughts. They want to release itself. It's the stuff we've been carrying. It wants to go, basically. It wants to be processed as well. And what he's saying here is that some of the spiritual stuff which comes up, maybe even past life stuff or different type of memories or different type of ideas, or that we let go of that we don't attach to the spiritual stuff which comes up.
Allegory. The man returned from the middle of the river. Why he returned from the middle of the river? Because there is no other source. This is the only source. And why he started laughing? Because he suddenly realized he himself is the Buddha whom he has been seeking.
Okay, so it's something very interesting to hear from an Indian man, of course, but he's saying everything has one source. So basically he's saying, right, there's only life, death, etc. Death is also life. So, which is very interesting because, of course, in India they have so much different deities, etc. But he's saying that has one source, right?
Zen masters teach to their disciples that meditating, if you someday come across Buddha, kill him immediately. Don't spare a single moment. Kill him immediately. Otherwise he will lead you astray.
Yeah, so kill the Buddha is exactly, and kill the teacher too, by the way. Not literally, but it's about that you don't attach to the teacher, which is very interesting to hear from, of course, a guy that has Rolls Royces or had Rolls Royces for every day, and his followers kept giving him cars and things like that. Of course, there's a lot of controversy also about him if you watch the documentary Wild Wild Country. But I think he understands very well, but still has human tendencies, let's say, that the teacher or the Buddha in this case, right, which is what in Zen is the important thing, is not the teacher but the message, right? So kill the Buddha is, there's another famous story where you basically use the boat to carry you across the river and then you let go of the boat, right? You don't keep the boat. It's not about the boat. It's about bringing you to that next level. So it's not about the teacher. It's not about the Buddha.
They are right. While you are meditating, Krishna comes with his flute. It's so beautiful. Again you are dreaming. Again you are caught in a dream and desire. And Jesus comes. And you are caught in the web of the mind. It is a spider's web. And then Buddha comes. And you forget yourself. The Zen master said, kill the Buddha immediately. Clear the way. Don't allow anybody else to be there. That is, don't allow any goal to be there. Just be total, alone, in your absolute purity. This is enlightenment. I should repeat, because I know you will forget and forget and forget. You are already that which you are seeking.
Yeah, so you are already that which you are seeking, meaning enlightenment or what you are seeking is already there if you stop seeking. And the seeking is not about watching videos or things like that, but it's about being in presence. If you stop having all these goals or mental filters, right? If you're not recreating that suffering, then freedom is already here in this moment.
This will be the basic mantra. you can understand this mantra, you have understood all. Give it a try. To goals you have been giving, too many lives you have already given to them. Now try to live moment to moment, as if there is no future. In the beginning it will be
Future is in the mind, right? Just like the past.
only as if. But by and by you will become aware that that as if is the only reality. In the beginning it may be just like acting. Soon you will realize that that acting is the only reality. You have come with a goal, but I won't allow you to remain with a goal. If you don't escape me, the goal is bound to drop. Just hang around a little more, and the goal is bound to drop. Either I can be here with you or the goal. You have to choose.
Okay, thank you so much for watching this with me.